What's up, SB Fishing TV? Matt Downs here with Trick 10s, and this build was a lot of work and a lot of fun all at the same time. I have hundreds of hours into the boat, but it's finally done. I couldn't have done it without the help of my wife Jenna. She's amazing and holds down the family while I work crazy hours to make the magic happen. I also want to thank my brother, Andy Downs, for having my back and taking on a lot of my responsibilities in our company, Professional Welding, in order to allow me to take on this crazy project. He is just as passionate with the craft that I am, and he's launching some cool workout equipment. Check him out on Instagram at Brimmy Strong. Last but not least, I want to thank Matt Streichel and SB Fishing TV, not only for believing in me, but making this all happen. We spent a lot of time together on this build, and I think we learned a lot from each other along the way. The boat got its name from our local landmark in Virginia Beach, King Neptune, and I think it lives up to its meaning as King of the Sea. All my contact and social media links are in the description. If you need any help or any products, please feel free to reach out. I hope you enjoy the videos, and thanks for watching. Alright guys, so what's going on? I'm excited. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long journey, and we are finally at the end of the road. The boat is done, and today we're going to show you every piece of it. You're going to get to see the whole walkthrough. We're not holding nothing back. I think everybody's going to be really happy about this. The turf is by far my favorite. I mean, I have done a lot of turf and never have I even seen a color like this. Everything just turned out phenomenal. It's all the way up the walls, all the compartments. Everything is just really, really above and beyond. So you guys can see, show you this rod locker. Lots of decals everywhere. Storage compartments. Everything is turfed. Got a little day box here. Our box that holds the black box and storage. Obviously, you guys seen the live well. Got some cool stickers in here. Our back compartments. Got 3 Dakota lithiums in here. A gas tank. All our equipment, everything is hooked up, ready to roll. In the second video, you guys saw me hang the Suzuki motor on there. It didn't work out, so it had some issues and just wasn't gonna be what we needed for this build. So luckily, our buddies hooked us up over at Lancet Marine with this brand new Tohatsu, and it's really sweet. It's got electric start, it's got a power tilt and trim on it, so it's really nice. We also installed this micro anchor. This thing is pretty cool too. I'm excited to use this and try this out, especially with those shallow water days, bed fishing. So you guys see we installed drain tubes into all the hatches to keep them completely dry. That way you don't have to worry about any of the water, or if it's raining, the overspray getting into your gear and getting your stuff wet. I was stoked with the way these sides turned out. I mean, it's just perfect. It's got the graph, you got the cup holder, the speaker, you know, the small locks for the door that houses all the electronic switches. It just turned out really sick. I think last time you guys saw this was hanging out of the boat with wires everywhere, but everything's nice and neat and tucked away, and it's really cool. I think it's really turned out great. All right, we got the same thing, the mirrors from the other side, except this one is just a little glove box for you. And in here we've got all our remotes for all our cool gadgets and stuff. Even got some turf in there, keep your phone from banging around. We're gonna put this thing in the water.
Dude, the rope came off.
Bro, I thought you were holding the rope, man.
It came off the front, you didn't tie it.
That's all right, I'm just messing with you. That thing is sweet, man. In case you forget to use your rope, this thing definitely comes in handy.
All right, I can hold it from here, I think.
I hope so. wetsuit we just put on here just got out of the break-in period. Matt's been doing some fishing. I'm sure you guys seen one of his videos. He was kind of testing this thing out, trying to put some hours on it. We just got out of the break-in period and we opened it up pretty good tonight. We were hitting about 21, 22 miles an hour, and we're gonna play around with the prop and the pitch of it and maybe get a little bit more out of that, a little more, you know, hole shot and top end hopefully. But we'll figure that out. But I'm pretty happy with going 22 miles an hour. It's probably faster than most of the boats in the tournament, or right in the middle at least. We built this little bracket for this live scope. Basically, really simple. Just with some leftover parts we have, another trolling motor. Probably gonna upgrade to something else, or maybe end up throwing it on the trolling motor eventually. But this thing is really cool. I'm sure you've seen in Matt's other video, he was showing how it works and how to use it. I'm not familiar with it, it's new to me, but it's definitely something I'm interested in. So up here we've got a 12-inch Garmin charts, and we've got a 93 SV underneath of it. This one is specifically going to be ran for just the Panoptix, so it's got a bigger screen. Just makes more sense to have it on what you're going to be using most of the time when you're on the water. This one will probably be on his charts, or you know, maybe some down scan, or just something to have to see some other stuff besides the Panoptix. All right, so I'm sure you guys have seen, if you've seen any of my builds, you've seen a bunch of the graph mounts that I make. Well, I wanted to do something a little outside the box for this one, obviously, because everything on this boat is outside the box. So I built a custom graph mount to hold 2 graphs. It was kind of a collaboration of ideas I got from a couple different people, including Matt. The cutouts and the sides, which are pretty cool. It's got a P-dub on one side, the other side's got an SB on it. This graph mount is actually, it was cut out with the water jet table, and the sides of it are 3/16 aluminum, and the top is 1/8 inch. And the way they work out, it's really nice because you can move these graphs wherever you want, but you still got the availability to take them out real quick, even if they're sitting nice and tight like they are. And this thing really just turns out slick. It really makes it look like the whole graphs are just kind of floating up here. There's no, you know, big bulky stuff all over the place, and you got 2 decent sized graphs up there. And this one's pretty heavy, and that sucker is bolted in there. It's not coming out of there. You don't have to worry about it. We also incorporated a little light inside of here, backlit. It's starting to get dark, so we'll look a little better here in a few minutes. This is a Minn Kota Ulterra 80-pound thrust. This thing has all the bells and whistles. You know, obviously it has the self-deploy and stow. We got a good deal on this from my buddies, Tom over at Motortech. I wanted to tell him thank you for hooking us up with this thing. It's very neat. I mean, it's going to take a little bit of getting used to, because I'm used to the traditional cable drive, but it's definitely got some cool attributes. All right, guys, so we're going to check out the compartment here that houses all the electronics. It's starting to get dark out here. Obviously, we got our main power, turn everything on. We got our headlights, we got our purple lights, and the black lights, and then we got our blue lights, cabin lights. You see one of these cabin lights in here. Try the fully turf compartment. Looks so much better with the turf in there. We also added 3 LED cup holders in the boat. You know, just the extra stuff. You gotta do all the extras. So it's neat. It'll give you a little space for, you know, while you're driving or your passenger. There's also one up front, and they look really cool. You know, they got blue LEDs in them, stainless steel. I think it really sets it off, especially against the black light. When it gets a little darker, you'll really be able to see it a lot better. As you know, I had a lot of time in this boat, like a lot of time. I think all in all, I'm probably 350, 400 hours into this thing, which is a lot. I mean, this boat has all the bells and whistles. It's way over the top. So it's got a lot of money into it. When I started this project, I thought I was going to be doing the whole thing through my company. I mean, obviously I have a shop and, you know, all kinds of machinery and equipment. And the second video you saw was in my garage because we got busy and we had no room and no time. So, you know, I got to make those big boys happy. But this is the type of stuff that I really dig. So I funded this whole project with a couple of things that I got some deals on from some of my sponsors, and especially SB hooked us up with threw in some of the electronics and the batteries. So, you know, we kind of had a collective vibe from a bunch of different people to make this happen. but I put in majority of the work and a lot of money into it. A build like this is probably gonna only appeal to a small market of people that really want to spend the money for it. I think all in all, I'm easily into this boat with all the electronics and everything, probably over 35 grand in the ballpark, which seems insane for a 15-foot John boat. I get that, most people feel the same way, but we wanted to trick it out. We wanted to make it over the top just because we can, so why not? Also, I wanted to touch on some of these hatches while we got a second. I sell all these hatches. We have standard sizes that we sell, but we also do custom hatches. It's basically very simple. You know, these have the drain tubes in them, all of them, to make sure that they stay, you know, completely dry. But we cut these and sell them on our website. Find us right here, pwmarine.com. Also sell live wells. I'm gonna start selling the graph bridges like the one that are in this boat. They could be completely customizable if you want to put your own graphics in the side. Might get a little costly for the customizable stuff, but it's an option, and I know that there are certain people out there that will appeal to. I'm still going to do all kinds of other builds. This was just a big one that I wanted to do, and it took up a lot of time. I probably could have built 10 small boats in the time I wanted to do this one, but this one was really important because it puts it out there of who I am, what we're doing, the products we're selling, and it's going to help us, you know, in the future. So I'd love to do boats for all you guys. Unfortunately, I just can't help everybody, but I will be building all kinds of boats. Probably the middle of the pack is around the 4 to 5K range, which is pretty simple, you know, maybe a front deck, a floor, some turf, you know, live well. But I'm willing to talk about anything, or, you know, give you guys quotes or estimates on anything that you might want to do to your boat. All you got to do is shoot me an email. So I'd love to hear from you guys. And thanks for checking out this build. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad that I hooked up with SB. We really hit it off, and I think we're going to have a friendship out of this. Thanks again.